Hello everyone, and welcome back to Wargame Red Dragon. Today we're moving on to a new coalition, that's the Entente coalition, and because of that we have a new expert player, Gattsu, well known in the community and a very excellent player indeed. We're starting off looking at not line infantry like we have with other coalitions, but actually militia, because I think there's a fair bit to talk about here. I've seen people take both of these, Zalesnici and T-Zeros, and I felt it was worth discussing. So, Gattsu, why don't you take us through these two units and give us your recommendation, which one you should take, up-vet, down-vet, that whole deal.
So, either in team games or 1v1, you're sometimes forced to play a card like Záložníci or Reservists just for being fodder and very easily accessible. The problem with the TOs that they are practically 5 points more, so they are in the same cost as lines. Even though like some coalitions have them cost at 5 points and 10-point transport, but in the end the unit itself, the combo costs 15 points, so it's not really worth it to take it over line infantry or the Záložníci, which you just buy from them being cheap itself.
Gotcha.
Also, the problem with them is that the automat, the SMG is not very good at like 15% accuracy. Even if you get into the towns, they are not doing anything. The Záložníci are one of the worst reservists in the game in terms of transport and in terms of their armament, but they also have the bottle rifle at least, so they can sometimes deal some damage, but the AT weapon is horrendous.
So just two things I want to take apart a little bit more there. The SMG, for those of you who aren't aware, I'm pretty sure the accuracy and stabilizer values double inside of towns, is that correct?
Yes, they are at like 30% inside of towns.
Right, and the issue that you're noticing here that Gattsu was mentioning here is that you're doubling a low value to a low value. So the better SMGs, you start with something reasonable, and when doubled it becomes really, really good. But that's not the case with this unit. And I guess my question is, if you are throwing militia forward, what's the purpose for that? Do you really need the extra 5 strength for the additional 5 points? Or is it sufficient just to have one vehicle and 10 strength infantry for 10?
The problem with it is that you're essentially paying extra 50%, and in the reality they will not be as tanky as it seems on the first look. The problem is that usually when you play, for example, in team games, they are a very bad choice, because you play against like 3 HE tanks. If you, for example, play on Paddy 2v2 and you're sending the infantry to die, the tank will kill it, like the blue 4 tank with 3 HE will kill it in 5 shots, and the Záložníci will die in 4 shots. So you are not essentially getting like the 50% extra.
Gotcha. Well, that makes a lot of sense, and that is going to wrap up our first look at the Entente Coalition. We'll be back with another comparison for you guys tomorrow.